Good evening, everyone. Hello, Austin. Hello, Amy. Hello, Tony. Hello, Jan. And Tony, I still haven't got your winnings mailed out from, what was it, a couple weeks ago there. I'll get them mailed out tomorrow. I just keep forgetting to take it with me to the post office. Hello, Wanda. Hello, Ace. Uh, 11 people in here already. Hello, Hunter. Oh, welcome in, everyone. Okay. Yeah, just trying to focus on the chat here. Sometimes not the easiest to see it on my phone. Actually, I got it up on my laptop, so I can read it from there. There we go, that's a little easier. Hello, DJ. Hello, Texas Homegrown Girl. It's still my old laptop I'm using. I have to use my phone to actually broadcast live on, because I haven't figured out why StreamYard will not accept my camera and microphone from my laptop. They're turned on, but it's some problem with StreamYard connecting to them. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Judy. I got a call from the computer repair shop today, and he's having issues with my laptop. It definitely is the charger port. He said there was a crack in it, but the brand is Ace Magic, and I made a mistake by getting that. It's very hard to get parts for it. He's sure he's going to be able to find the part somewhere, but he's still got to do some more looking for it. And unfortunately, today was the last day he's working this week. He didn't say why he wasn't going to be there tomorrow, but normally he's there Monday through Thursday. Well, he said today's going to be his last day this week. So Monday, he's going to start calling around some more and try to get that part for me. So hopefully he can get that and get it together and get it back to me pretty quick. See, who did I miss here? Hello, J&B. Oh, you wouldn't believe how many times I can go to the post office and forget to take the mail that I want to mail out, Tony. I do that all the time. That's if I was smart, I'd take out my van right after the live tonight. But that won't happen. But I am going to write myself a note. So when I leave tomorrow, it'll be in my hand. Hello, Troy. Hello, Dana. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Emily. Hello, Lucy. Well, thank you for coming here. I appreciate that. And I did want to mention that I've got a new P.O. box now. My current one is still active through the end of the month. But since I'm going to be moving, hopefully within a month or two, I didn't want to renew this P.O. box. So I went ahead and got one in Waldron. And of course, I got the card filled out for my forwarding address. So if anything does come to the Gravely post office, they'll forward it. But I do have that listed. Well, what used to be the About section. I'm going to try to update the description of this live. Because if this laptop will cooperate with me, I can do that now. It's just awful pain to do it on my phone. But this laptop doesn't seem to be working any worse than it was when I quit using it last summer. But sure hasn't got any better either. Oh yeah, Jenny, I'm forgetting stuff all the time. The only reason that I can get to the store with my shopping list is because I do all that on my phone now. Hello, Andale. But unfortunately, when it's something that I need to physically pick up and take with me, usually doesn't happen. Well, all the animals are doing well. The chickens want to keep flying out with a run, so that's creating some issues. So I've got I don't really want to enclose them in the enclosed run because I really have a few more than what should be in there. But since they're going to keep flying out, I'm going to have to put them all in there to keep them enclosed. And like I was saying earlier, hopefully within a month or two, I can move. Probably more like 2 months, but we'll have to see how things go. Oh, that sounds like it might be a good movie there, Bobby. Because I lost Smokey the Bandit and Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, definitely, those are both great. Okay, it's on Tubi. I'll have to check that out. Superman, can you move, please? Superman, get away from my laptop, buddy. Thank you. Oh, all the cats are doing good. Very active tonight, as you probably can tell. Get your foot off that. Oriole's all stretched out up here grooming himself with one foot over top of my keyboard. I just like to keep YouTube open on there, so if I do want to chat, if I have to put anything in chat, then I can do it. Yeah, Andale's got a great channel there, Tony. I think you enjoy that. I've seen some of her videos. I've been in some of her lives. Though I haven't caught one of her lives in a long time. Oh, not a problem, Amy. I'm not 100% sure it's completely gone, J&B, but she's feeling much better. Let me see. It was a week ago yesterday that I took her in. And that antibiotic's supposed to work for 10 days or so. So it should still be in her system for another couple days. But she's not missing a meal. She's still not hanging out with the other cats all day. She's going off by herself for the most part. But at mealtime, she comes right down and she decides come down, get a drink or get some dry food, use the litter box, whatever. She normally stays down here for a few minutes and then she'll go back up in the loft again and be by herself. Well, I think I just shut the light off. There we go. Sorry about that. I got the light plugged into a power strip and I stepped on the switch. So I guess everything's going pretty good. Beck, speaking of Dixie, she's on her way down here now. She probably heard me mention her name. Plus, it's getting about that time to feed them. I normally feed them. Well, they get dry food out all the time, but they get their evening canned food usually about 10, 11 o'clock. So I know why she's coming down. Oh, I know what you mean, Wanda. It's hard to get the right thing typed in. I hit the wrong key so much. It's so frustrating sometimes. Yeah, Jane B. They respond pretty good to me. I was gone most of the day today. I went to do laundry, had to pick up some pine shavings and a couple other things. And I started out stopping in the diner and having breakfast. And it's about 45 minutes to get into town. So, get an hour and a half on the road. And then, of course, at the laundromat, 37 minutes to wash the clothes, 45 minutes to dry them. So I was gone about 6 hours today. And boy, when I got home, as soon as they heard me open the door, they all came and they had to greet me right at the door. They were missing me. Hello, zombie. But they're a great bunch of cats. And chickens are the same way. Whenever I go outside, they come running up to this side of the run. And when I'm out somewhere when I get home, they run up to the other side of the run. Of course, they're doing it because they want food, not because they miss me. They can have a feeder full of food, and they still think they might get a treat. Yep, exactly, Ace. I don't remember saying hello to you. Hello, Ace. Yeah, they always do miss me. That's for sure. It was really bad when I was working. Because I'd be gone. Well, in fact, for a while there was one night I was working a 12-hour shift. I was going in 8 o'clock Sunday evening and got done. It's supposed to be 8 o'clock Monday morning, but a lot of times it'd be 8:30, 9 o'clock. So by the time I figure the time to get to work, being there 12 and a half, 13 hours, then getting back home, I was gone close to 16 hours. Boy, that day, they would really be all over me when I got home. No, everyone says that cats don't care about their owners. Mine sure do. What you doing, Dino? Come here, Dino. You, Dino. How you doing, buddy? If he wants to walk across my shoulders, I'm going to pick him up and have him on camera. Hello, Bill. What was that? Well, it's almost time to start hatching some chicks. I got a new incubator the other day. This one is supposed to take up to 24 eggs. I haven't tried putting eggs in it yet, but I took a look at it, and it looks like I might be able to fit 24 in there. They're bigger eggs. I probably won't be able to, but I'm thinking I might be able to. My other one is it's a great incubator. It works real nice, but that will hold a maximum of 9 eggs. If they're both Orpington eggs, it will only hold 6. The camera I'm using tonight is the camera on my phone. It's Samsung Galaxy A52. It actually is a pretty good camera on here. Because I did some research before I got this phone, because that was all I had in the beginning to use was my phone. And the camera looked pretty good on this. Hello, Youper. And unfortunately, I can't use my GoPro until I get my laptop back. So it's another reason I'm kind of anxious to get that back. Because my old laptop, that's no good for editing. It just doesn't have power enough to do it. I can just barely use that to watch videos on. I can have a maximum of 2 tabs open. If I open a third tab, it'll freeze it up. Is the image better than it has been for the last few lives since I've been using my phone? Because I don't really know why it should be any different than the last 3 or 4 I've done with my phone. I think it is better than the camera on my laptop. I am going to be getting an external camera for my laptop at some point. Because I've noticed that camera isn't the greatest. Well, thank you for the reminder and the thumbs up, J&B. Okay, Bill, not a problem. My Alaska will be going live tomorrow night. I believe it's 8 o'clock Central, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's 8 o'clock Central tomorrow night for My Alaska. Domino, get off that. Get Domino off my laptop. The next thing you know, she's gonna be chatting on my live. Hey, stop. I can't remember being a teenager, Ace. It was so long ago. Yeah, I'll try to think of a story. Be expecting a lot, because that was a long time ago. And I see Austin typed in weather and his zip code. And that reminds me, if anyone wants to check your weather, type in weather and your zip code. And also, if you type in King or drop, Nightbot will drop your link. Okay, My Alaska's live is 8 o'clock Central tomorrow night. Yeah, it's a beautiful. Here it is 10 o'clock at night and still in the 50s. Yeah. And Domino wants to be a YouTuber. The man of the hounds. I think I know who you're talking about, Tony. Yes. And you know, Jane, I can handle that. If we're gonna have a week of weather that bad, then the rest of the winter like this, that week would pretty rough. But not as rough as some of the weather I'm used to from previous years. Yeah, Jane, there was nothing that I would be able to do there, so I wasn't invited to the party. Well, after I get moved and have my get together, Jane, you'll have to come to that. Yeah, you know, Dogman could be hiding because of you, Jan. I know he's afraid of you. Yes, I gotta agree with that, Tony. Weather has been nice. And I checked what our average temperature should be this time of the year. And our high should only be like 48, 49 degrees. And we've been getting well into the 60s most days. So definitely nice weather. I think Dino's going to get down here in a minute because Domino's pulling his tail, and it looks like he's had about enough of it. Okay, Jan. As you know, don't know when it's going to be yet. Oh, that's nice, Amy. Well, hopefully you can push that a little bit higher. Hello, Tracy. Yeah, I know what you mean, Jan. Hello, Rachel. I don't know if y'all can hear the dogs or not, but I heard coyotes off in the distance, and then the dogs started in. They do not like those coyotes. Okay, Jan. You still snowed in up there, Wanda? Oh, yeah, I figured you could hear the dogs. They were getting pretty loud. But I don't hear the coyotes now. As soon as those coyotes start hearing the dogs, they're gone. Even though the dogs are fenced in the yard and they can't get out back into the fields from the farm out back. That's where the coyotes are. It still scares the coyotes away. Okay, Wanda. Yeah, I was wondering about that, because that sounded like quite a storm. Well, stay safe. Hello, Ark Wildman. You spelled old wrong in there, Ark. Why did you have to tell me that, Tony? Now I'm hungry. I've got 9 cats, Lucy. Ranging in age from, let me see, 2 months to just under 6 years. Yep, I remember storms like that, Wanda. I remember one time, I think it was 2005, 2006, somewhere along in there. We got 12 feet of snow in 10 days. That was quite a storm. It was a lake effect storm. And normally the lake effect storms don't last more than 3 or 4 days. But that one just kept moving north to south off the east end of Lake Ontario and the other Great Lakes too, I'm sure. But I was off the east end of Lake Ontario. So it wasn't continuously snowing for 10 days in any one area, but it never stopped snowing within the 50 or so miles that the band was moving back and forth. It snowed continuously for 10 days. Hello, Brandon. You hear cats, Ark? Thank you, Austin. They are very nice cats. Yeah, you made yourself hungry, Tony, by talking about it. Yeah, that's what I heard, Wanda. Elshay, my back step, was talking about that. Said that Nova Scotia was under a state of emergency and everything was shut down. Hello, Radio Jonesy. Get a little story to tell about Radio Jonesy. If anyone's able to, catch his live at 6 o'clock Tuesday morning for him in Tasmania. But on this side of the world, it's Monday afternoon. It's 1 o'clock Monday afternoon for Central Time Zone. He's got he's got one camera that shows the street out in front of his house and looks out over the city. He's got another camera in his backyard. Well, that one that catches the street in front of his house, you'll see the trash truck come and pick his trash up. That was a highlight of his live the other day. He got comments on that for the rest of the live. Who would ever think watching a trash truck pick up someone's trash is the highlight? But it's a lot of fun on his lives. He's a great guy. And it's a beautiful place where he lives. I'm glad you like the snow, Wanda. I used to many years ago, but not anymore. I'll tell you, I feel old some days, Ark. It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have these back issues, but well, those days I can't hardly walk, and that definitely makes me feel old. Oh yes, J&B, I'm glad to be out of there too. Yeah. It's not a nice place weather-wise, that's for sure. Well, some people think it is, but I don't. Yeah, no, you're saying there, Bobby. There's another crazy one. Texas homegrown girl loves snow. Yeah, I might grow some tomatoes. Throw every one of them into the chickens. For them, that's all tomatoes are pretty good for to give to the chickens. Okay, Amy, not a problem. You have a good night also. Yeah, I had to go into town today, Jonesy. So I had to miss your live today. I was gone almost all day. Went and do laundry and a few things I had to pick up. Whenever I do laundry, that's always a long trip. Because just the time at the laundromat, it's an hour and a half. Well, it's good that you got a generator, Wanda. Have a good night, J&B. Not a problem, Jonesy. Okay, I'll drink some water. Granted, that water's got tea and sugar in it, but I don't think I've had cortisone shots, Wanda. But I've had injections 4 different times. And I know some kind of steroid medicine that they were using. I'm not sure what else. But they did very minimal on it. Right now, I'm not seeing an orthopedist right now. I just have a primary doctor because I don't have any insurance right now. It's $132 to see the primary doctor, but I need to do that to get my prescription. Well, I just can't spend the money on anything beyond that right now. Yeah, I still plan on visiting you at some point, Ace. Just not sure when. Yeah, tomatoes aren't my thing. Not at all. I hate tomatoes. Well, Jan, laundrotte's not my first choice, but it's better than not being able to wash your clothes. But I do want to get a washer. Jeff was going to leave his there and let me use that. But now he figured out a way that he can fit that into his house. So he's taking it. But I'm always on the lookout for stuff like that. Like when I took my laptop to Mina to the repair shop last week, I stopped at 2 thrift stores down there. Found a few things. I found, I think it was 4 ice cube trays for $2. And I found a chair for $5. There's it's a padded like a banquet chair. I'm going to use that so I can sit outside in the chair and have something comfortable to sit in out there. And then I got some totes that I'm going to use for chicks when I start hatching them. Hello, Sassy777. The weather is beautiful today. It was sunny, well into the 60s. Last I knew, it was still in the 50s. I'm 52. I'll be 53 in July. Well, that might be a problem, Jonesy. But I think if they build a bridge between the United States and Tasmania, then I'll come visit you. Okay, Brandon. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I would love to be added to that, Jan, but still not sure. Quite a drive. Because I would just do the one day if I was going. Hello, Billy. Well, I'll have some roosters at some point, but it'll be a while. Yeah, I always like to check the thrift stores just to see what there is. In fact, someone asked me what I was looking for. And I said, whatever I can find. Sometimes I'll go in with the intention of looking for something, and sometimes I'll just go in and see what's there. I stopped in one in Waldron the other day. I came out with the two I got or three. Oh, two or three big bath towels. I'm not sure what size they are, but they're bigger than your normal bath towels. They were $3 a piece, and good quality. They had a J.C. Penney tag on them. I know they always put out good stuff. And then I got it was a short cord with a timer on it that you can plug stuff into. Set it for, I think it was 2, 4, 6, or 8 hours, or dusk to dawn. And that was like $2 or $3. So, and neither one of those things was what I went in looking for, because I just went in to see what was there. And I found them, so there we go. I'm still trying to get disability, Sassy777. I just had my first denial, which my attorney told me that most likely I'm going to be denied first 2 times. So we're going to file an appeal on that and see what happens the second time. And he said, he told me right in the beginning when I first saw him, so I'll probably get denied the second time. But he said the second time I do have a little bit better chance. And then he's pretty sure on the third try that I'll get it. But unfortunately, he said that would be 18 months to 2 years by the time it gets to that point. It's the way I feel on certain days, why I feel so old. Oh yeah, Emily, I definitely do know about that. I remember one December. It's probably 10, 15 years ago, maybe longer. But there was one December, I think it was 8 hours or something like that. It was less than 10 hours that the sun was out for the entire month of December. That really was a gray month. Yeah, I got some nice roosters right now. I'm working with Earl because he's had an attitude ever since we've been in Arkansas. He wasn't like that back in New York, but he got mad when we made the move. He's actually calmed down now. He's good to me again now. But he attacked Deborah yesterday. So I don't know what's up with him. And then my younger ones, they're just as friendly as they can be. I hope that works out for you, Bobby. Yep, Jan. That's what he told me. He said he's going to be retiring soon. But he said any of the cases he's doing now, he's going to stay on those cases. He's just not going to accept any new cases. But he said as long as it takes, he'll be there until I get it. Yeah, I was thinking about raising pot-bellied pigs. But now I just heard about coon pigs the other day. And I've been researching them. I'm not going to have regular pigs, but I have thought about breeding pet pigs. I never thought about that, Jan. Um, it could be altitude changes. Well, thank you, Jan. Yeah, it would be nice. Fortunately, I do have one subscriber now that's been exceptionally generous. Yeah, I've heard, that's right, Billy. I've heard that they are very friendly. Actually, what I've been reading about them, Jan, is that they are good meat, but more people have them for pets than they do meat. Yeah, I've been out of work almost 3 years because of my back. April 6th, 2021 was the last day I worked. Yep, I know what you mean about job interviews, Billy. Because I was refused a job with the Postal Service years ago because of my back. And actually, the postmaster had hired me already. But then the higher up said no. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any JC Penney's around here or not. Well, I hope you get to 1,000, Billy. I haven't seen Vandal around much lately. Used to see him all the time. Oh, I used to love Radio Shack. There used to be a Radio Shack when I was a teenager. It was in Watertown, New York, which was about um 45 miles north of where I lived as a kid. And my mother and father would go to Watertown maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks. They would go to Kmart and I forgot where else they used to go. Woolworths. That's where all those stores were. And every time my father knew I loved Radio Shack. And I forgot what store. There was a store that was in the same plaza that Radio Shack was in. And every time, pull in there, you want me to drop you off at Radio Shack while we go over to whatever other store it was they were going to? Yeah, I'll go to Radio Shack. It didn't matter if I had any money or not. I'd just go and look at stuff and dream about it. And hopefully, if I didn't have money, the next time I went there, I'd have money to buy whatever it was I wanted. I actually bought quite a little stuff at Radio Shack. Well, it's good. There was some J.C. Penney still around. Yeah, it's the only thing when you get bigger, then you know a few of your subs. Okay, Jan, you have a good night. And you go off for your run tomorrow. I'm going to go for a drive tomorrow. I've always preferred driving over running. All the malls around here are dying. I know all the ones that was around where I was in New York. Well, I was more than 7 minutes from them. The closest one was probably oh, probably about 40 minutes. And that one, you might as well say, was shut down. The last I heard, there was only like 3 or 4 stores left in it. And then the one I really liked, that one, the last time I was there, because that was quite a few years ago, I don't know what it's like now, that had, I don't know, it had several empty stores in there. But all during the 90s and early 2000s, they kept building additions on that every 2 or 3 years because they had more stores wanting to come in that than they had room. Stores were expanding, and then all of a sudden, it went the other way. I haven't been there, but I've heard that there's a mall in Fort Smith that doesn't hardly have a store in it anymore. Yep, that's right, Lucy. Government is the problem. I got in trouble for saying that in high school. I got a teacher very upset. We talk about government, and I made a comment that government is the problem, and she was not impressed. That's too close to the city, Judy. Once I get moved, I'm going to be about 12 miles out of the city limits. And of course, as you know, Waldron's a small city to start with. I figure that's going to be perfect. Because I want to be out away from the city, but I'm still going to be close enough so it'll be convenient to get there. Even if it's a few things I need, I can go. But like from here, it's 35 miles. That's quite a trip. Well, the only thing close by here is it's called the Gravity Variety Store. Well, I guess it's a diner. That's about a little over a mile away. There's the post office, and then there's several churches close by. And other than that, the nearest store we have is 20 miles. That's the nearest gas station. That's all it is, just a store and gas station there. Then you get the Dollar General, grocery store, all that, about 35 miles. Okay, you have a good night, Bobby. Well, thank you, Texas Homegrown Girl. Glad you liked them. The video I'm working on now, which I should have had out a week ago, but that's going to have some driving in it. Got some clips of when I met up with a YouTube channel. They had some stuff for me. Give me some clips of that in there. And then because the sound quality was so bad the last time I did a driving video, what I did this time is I silenced the road noises and everything. And I'm going to do a voiceover on it. Yeah, that's what Rome, New York is, Wanda. From one side of the city to the other, it's huge. It's a long ways across there. But once you hit the city limits, you're driving. It's got to be at least 5 miles before you actually hit the city. But you're within city limits. Well, Emily, right at the beginning, we didn't get much business at the store at all. Everyone was staying home. And I'm working at there's a convenience store / truck stop. And originally the owner had planned on shutting down at midnight, being closed from midnight to 4. But for some reason we couldn't do that. I don't know who it was, but someone wasn't allowing any truck stops that was open 24 hours to shut down. We had to continue being open 24 hours. And I wasn't getting hardly any business at all. I know there was one night I did less than $100 worth of business from midnight to 8 a.m. But they gave me a chance to disinfect everything. We were supposed to wipe all surfaces that people were touching, doors, counter, anything like that. We're supposed to wipe them all down with bleach water once every shift. And then all surfaces in the store, top of the coolers and stuff, was all supposed to be done once a day. Well, since there was no business in there wasn't any stocking to do because we weren't selling stuff. I just spent the whole night disinfecting everything. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Yeah, I had some good teacher, Jenny, and other ones, they weren't so great. Whatever they say, that was it. There was no discussion on it. Yep, I agree with that, DJ. Just go to the city if you have to. Yeah, I know what you mean, Billy. And dogs will start barking again. I hear the coyotes out there. Way to go, Texas homegrown girl. I don't blame you. Well, I didn't have to do that, Billy. First doctor visit I went to after I turned 50, he asked me if I wanted it. I told him no. He kind of laughed and said that, well, he told me right up front that there was other options. And he said they would mail me a box to poop in and send it back because I'm not at high risk. He said if I was high risk, that wouldn't be an option, but since I wasn't at high risk, he said they can do that as long as it came back negative, it'd be okay. And it came back negative. It looks like everyone's going to bed now. Not sure what the high number was, but only 22 people left in here now. Well, thanks for sticking with me, everyone. Well, the cats are leaving the keyboard alone right now, fortunately. No, they just like the keyboard, Emily. Because this laptop here, where you open up the cover, right down at the bottom there, it's split apart. So I can't close it now. Because if I try to close it, it opens right up on me. I'm afraid it's gonna break entirely. So I keep it open all the time. And when I shut it off, they'll still lay on it. Last night I shut it off before I went to bed. Got up this morning, there was a cat laying on it. It'd been off for 7, 8 hours at that time, so it definitely wasn't warm. Yep, exactly, Billy. It's exactly what I did. Yeah, I couldn't live without cats. Texas homegrown girl. They're a lot of company and they keep me sane. Well, somewhat. Yeah, that'd be a great thing to do, Billy. I'm glad you got people helping you out there, Wanda. I actually was going to get my cats my tablet, and it's not that old of a tablet. It's only like 9 or 10 months old, but it's one of those government almost freebies. I had to pay $10 for it, and it didn't last. I only used it for maybe 2 or 3 months, and I didn't use it much then. But now, won't turn on, won't charge, nothing. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Billy, when we had our week-long winter here. I was thinking I didn't move far enough south, but 2.5 inches of snow, and the coldest we got here was 1 below. But unfortunately, where I'm going to be moving to, it's just the other side of the mountains. Straight across, it's only between 10 and 15 miles. It was 11 below on that side of the mountain. But still, that's a lot better than what I was used to in New York. That's good, Wanda. We got about 2.5 inches of snow Sunday afternoon, and then by Thursday it was pretty much gone. Just a little bit where it was shady. Then I think on Friday it was all gone. Oh, I went to some propane during that week. I spent darn close to $100 on propane for that one week. And now, well, a tank of propane was, it's $20 for tank of propane. That was lasting me 6 days. Well, last couple nights, I even hardly ran the heater. I had the heater on for a few minutes this evening, had it on maybe an hour. And I'll probably turn it on for half hour or so before I go to bed. And then I'll shut it off and won't even have it on the rest of the night. It depends on in the morning. I might turn it on for a few minutes in the morning. So it's definitely getting better. Nothing wrong with that, Billy. Yeah, I just run my heater on low. During that week that it was so cold, it was on medium most of the time. And there was a few times I had to turn it on high, but I couldn't leave it on high. It would get too hot in here. Then I have to turn it back to medium. And this heater doesn't have a thermostat on it. It's just off, low, medium, and high. But it's a good little heater. I'm going to take a real quick break. I'll be right back. Don't go away, anyone. I'm back. Yep, you got it, Billy. That's exactly what it was. And I grabbed a cup of coffee, too. Yeah, I need to build some raised beds once I get moved. Hello, Razorback Rick. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Brett. Okay, Lucy. I used to work with a guy that had family in Puerto Rico. Yeah, I love cats, dogs, both. Oh, Dogman's an old man. He has to go to bed early. Well, he doesn't always make my Wednesday night lives. I'm kidding about going to bed early, but that's a possibility. Well, that's cool, Jenny. I don't think I've ever seen a parrot actually see a parrot in real life. I might have, but it wasn't in someone's house or anything. It was it was on a bus trip. Forgot where it was, but they had an exotic bird exhibit there. I don't think there might have been a parrot in there. Yeah, I figured out what my chickens are saying part of the time. Haven't figured them out entirely, but especially the roosters. They make so many different noises. They make one call the hens over because they found some food, and the other one's a distress call. Yeah, that egg call, that is something else. Half the time, they're not even laying an egg when they do it. One of the most beautiful birds that I've seen around here is a cardinal. Quite a few of them around here, but they're a lot smaller than the ones I was used to seeing in New York. In fact, I wasn't even sure if they were cardinals at first because they were so much smaller. I thought they were a different breed, but well, I guess they're just a different variety, must be, because they're a lot smaller here. Another thing I saw that I'd never seen before is a roadrunner. I've seen several of them. I was surprised by them. They're nowhere near as big as I thought they were. I think I've seen 3 of them. Oh yeah, they can screech terrible at times. Yeah, it seems to be a lot of cardinals around here. In New York, you would rarely see one. Yeah, because someone did have a cardinal come to their bird feeder, they would tell everyone about it because it wasn't something you saw every day. Okay, Wanda. Well, thanks for being here. I know it's really getting late for you. Well, that's funny, Jenny. I'd love to see a parrot say, "Here, kitty, kitty." Welcome back, Rebecca. My mom was a real big fan of hummingbirds. She normally had several of them. Yeah, when I was living in New York, my landlord had chickens that he just let free range. Barn was way out back, and there was plenty of food for them out back. They didn't have to go out front where his trailer was, but they would go out there. One day, had his front door open. Next thing he knew, he had chickens in the kitchen. They just walked right on in. He was too impressed. Well, welcome back, Jonesy. Yeah, that cruise ship that you put the picture on Facebook of today, that was quite a sight. Well, my mom and dad used to have a deer that would look in their windows. At first, it was just doing it early in the morning before they got up, and they would see tracks in the snow. And the deer literally went around the house and walked up to every window. And they would go back out several feet away from the house, go to the next window, and walk right up to the window again. And then all of a sudden, one day, they were sitting there in the living room, looked up, there's a deer right outside the window staring at them. It did that for most of the winter. Oh, that's nice, Jonesy. I wouldn't mind going on a cruise like that, but the thing is, I don't want to be way overnight. There's no way I can do 7 or 10 day cruise or whatever. Joni's got some great content on his channel because he's got sites there in Tasmania that a lot of us would never see. Yeah, I went to the refrigerator, I don't know, not too long after it got dark. I go out and grab a couple things, and it sounded just like spring when I walked outside. I heard the peepers. Yeah, I'm fine with the water. It's just I don't want to be gone for extended period of time. Yeah, I've got um well, might as well say I got 7 black and white cats. The youngest one is 95% white, but she still does have a little black on her. And then my other two, they're black. One's completely black. Then one of them has white toes on one foot and a little bit of white on her tummy. Well, actually, most of her tummy's white. that Alaskan cruise that they have coming up next year. I would love to go on the cruise, but there's no way I'm gonna leave my animals for that long. Even if I could find someone to take care of them, I still not gonna leave them. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Billy. Heck, I'm surprised I haven't fallen asleep yet. I didn't take a nap today. Heck, I was just getting ready to lay down for a few minutes. Then I heard some commotion outside, and some of Brett and Deborah's chickens were out. So I went out to see if there's anything I could do, but they had it under control. And then I just lost interest in taking a nap after that. Yeah, I would trust someone with my chickens, but not the cats. Plus, the cats are so used to me being here all the time. Well, there's more to it, Emily. My chickens have been getting out, and they've been helping me with my chickens. So I figured since they're helping me, I should help them. That's why I'm going to enclose. I got the frame of the enclosed run up. I just have to. The net that came with it's no good, but I got some other stuff to put on it. I'm going to enclose that, and then don't have to worry about them getting out after that. Because I'm just too afraid one of the dogs getting them. They get out. Yep, I know what you mean about that computer chair. Well, my cats are all mixed with this. Some worse than others. Well, yeah, I did grow something last year. My stomach. Now, last year, I didn't grow anything. Originally, I was planning on being in New York until early fall, but I wasn't exactly sure what was going to end up happening and stuff. So I decided I wasn't going to plant anything. It's a good thing I didn't, because then I had to leave suddenly. And this year, I'm hoping to plant a few things. But the first thing I got to do is get moved. And then got to get the chickens set up the way I want them and stuff. So, not sure what's going to happen this year. Yeah, I was around 250 or just a little under, between 245 and 250. And when I went to doctor in October, I was 282. So I got to work on getting rid of that. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get some decent soil to put in my raised beds. Yeah, I've got a lot of seeds. No, Rick. This camper is Brett and Deborah's, and it's in rough shape. It's unfortunate that it is because cosmetically it's not in bad shape, but structurally it's in pretty rough shape. So I'm going to be the last person living in this. But I do want to either get a camper or build a cabin or something to have at my new place. Because I want a guest house and also the possibility if I can find the right person to let them live there and then help me out with maybe unloading feed from my van, help me put up a fence, stuff like that. Yeah, I think I would like to make the beds. Yeah, Jeff really wants to get moved as soon as he can because he should be hacking chicks out right now, and he can't do it. By the time he by the time he gets moved and gets his chickens sorted out into the right flocks and stuff, and then he has to wait a month before he can start incubating any of those eggs because he has to make sure that they've been fertilized by the right rooster. He said it's going to be 2 months from the time he gets there before he can even have a chick. And we're coming into chick season right now, so he definitely does want to get moved very soon. Oh, that's good to know, Tracy. I didn't know about that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of leaves. That's for sure. Yep, they sure will. Atwoods has chicks in right now because I need to get a few more chicks because I was going to be all set, and then I had some of them die when they were about a month old. So I need to replace them now. And I heard today that Atwoods has Barred Rock for 469 for pullets. And I actually only have one Barred Rock pullet right now. Yes, Jonesy. I plan on putting out a lot more videos once I get moved. In fact, the next few days, I'm going to have 3 videos coming out. There's one I'm working on now that should be out already, but it's not. And then I got 2 reviews that I've got to get done this week. One is on a solar light that I really wanted to wait until after I moved. But it's been so long since they sent the light to me because I was expecting to be moved last fall. It's been so long that they want that done right now. So I'm going to have to end up putting that light up on the camper so I can do the video on it and then take it down and move it. I know quite a few people have chickens like that. They have a few and they try to get them where they lay a different color egg. I've got 2 Easter egger pullets. I bought 4, but one of them died, and one of them turned out to be a cockerel, which is fine. I was going to get a white and true blue cockerel, Jeff, so I would know that it would have the blue egg gene. But one of my Easter eggs turned out to be a cockerel. Very friendly bird, so that's fine. I think one of my Easter eggers is laying a blue egg, and one's a green egg. But I only saw the blue egg in there one day. So I don't know if that one just looked more blue that particular day. The other one's a green, but also it's hard to believe that the one would lay one egg, and here it is, probably 2 weeks later, it hasn't laid another egg. Well, that's a nice combination there, Billy. Yeah, chickens and cats are good, DJ. Well, I hope the goose works out for you. Good night, Rick. Thanks for being here. I've heard that if you have one goose, they are a good guard. But if you have more than one, then they don't bond with the chickens. They could care less about the chickens. I know the landlord I had back in New York had 4 geese. And they were letting raccoon go right in the barn at night and take chickens out. Because the geese actually would sleep just inside the door. So the raccoon had to go right past the geese to get to the chickens. Well, cats are inside and the chickens are outside, so they really don't interact with each other, Jonesy. Yeah, that's what I've heard, Emily. I've always read that if you have one goose, they'll bond with the chickens and protect the chickens. But if you've got multiple geese, then they don't bond with the chickens. They just stick with each other and could care less about the chickens. Yeah, I know geese do not have a good reputation for being friendly, that's for sure. Hello, Midnight Madness. Well, Brett does have a place that he has bonfires. But not really a good place to mount the light there. So I'll probably just put it on the side of the camper. And then until I leave here, at least I have some light out there. Yeah, that's right, Emily. Learn new things all the time. Well, I've been on here for over 2 hours now. Okay, Billy. Well, thanks for being here. Thank you. Yeah, it's usually around this time when I go to bed, so it is getting kind of late. Yeah, I had a friend that had a turkey that used to chase me. Boy, that turkey hated me. Thank you, Emily. Yes, it's good talking to you too, Billy. I had no idea in that Midnight Madness. Okay, I know I still got over 20 people in here, but I am getting tired and not a lot of chat here. So I think it might be about time to call tonight. Well, thank you, Tracy. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. Like I said, I got to get those videos out in the next few days. I have another live Sunday at 5:30 Central. So now everyone can go to bed. Well, have a good night, everyone. Thank you. Okay, I should be there, Jonesy. Good night, Ace. Good night, Lucy. Good night, Emily.